A successive version of uniprocessing system was multitasking systems. What was major improved was ability to carry multiple tasks. That means now the processor can accept multiple tasks coming in. Now part of each process, some part of the task performed by each, or rather needed by each, will be performed by the processor, and a small part would come out. That means we can say, if we say process 1, 2, 3 and 4, multitasking will perform n tasks rapidly in a sharing manner. We would first complete 10% of P1, shift to next, 10% of P2, shift to next, 10% of P3, shift to next, 10% of P4, and again in a round robin fashion. That means going again to the start. We will start with P1 again. So now again the same stuff would be repeated, and this time we would perform the next 10%. That means now this would be 20% completed, 20% completed, 20% completed, 20%, and so on till all the tasks are over. As we move forward, the queue will definitely go down and we will start working. What it has different compared to uniprocessing system is the processor itself is divided into n slots, each slot given to a particular process. During that slot, a part of the process would be performed and given to the next one. Even for passing the control of the processor, we have two basic types. First, to talk about it is primitive. Primitive is bit shrewd way of working, because in this, when process P1 slot is over, slot would be stolen away, or rather forcefully taken away to P2, and similar happens from P2. When P2's time is over, it is taken away to P3. Another technique of doing the same thing is called cooperative technique. Unlike primitive, where slots were forcefully taken away when the time is over, in this, each process, once its slot is over or its time slot is over, will pass slot to the next one, and similar with the next. That means at each pass, slot is handed over to the next one. So we have two techniques in this, cooperative and primitive. Primitive does provide a faster result but may suffer from starvation. It's a word which we will understand furthermore, but it's basically when a process, because it's a low priority, will not get a chance to run. So that is called starvation. So in primitive, this is very much happening. Cooperative, this doesn't happen because each of the process would understand its responsibility and would move ahead and go to the next. So that's a basic thing to talk about. This is multitasking. After understanding multitasking, the next type of OS which we will be understanding is multiprocessor system. It is much similar to traditional system, but in this we have a grid of processor. That means instead of one big processor, we can see we have a unit. This unit is made of several small processors, or rather multiple cores of a particular processor. The concept is also known as the grid processing, parallel processing, or a hypercube processing. The logic is fairly simple. Whenever we give certain process, this process would be performed by n. That means a process which has n tasks would be divided in n parts. Each part would be taken care by a different processor. That's a task 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Here we have processor 1, processor 2, processor 3, processor 4 and processor 5. Parallelly, this task would be performed and result would be given out. And combining this result, we would complete process which we started initially. So multiprocessor system is a system where a given process would be divided in n dependent or independent tasks parallelly performed by n processors, and the final result is a collaborative approach of all n processes together. There are two types in multiprocessing system. One is called symmetric. Symmetric simply refers to all processors doing the same job. That means they may be having a different data, but they will perform the same operation. So data may differ, but each processor would perform same task. Each processor would perform same task and will give out the final result. Another approach of working with multiprocessor system is